Get live reports from the sidelines throughout our game. Follow Aaron Dugan on Twitter at AaronFox56.
Holy Cross is playing their best basketball of the season. The Lady Crusaders are looking for a big second-half run in Division III of the Lackawanna League.
We're aggressive. We love to run. We love to push the ball up the floor. We like to defend. Again, we're playing well.
Riverside is young and in still search of their best basketball of the season. The Lady Vikings have the talent. Now they just need the wins.
We're excited going forward. You know, our time is coming. And, you know, we're learning some tough lessons, but we're learning too.
It's a Coaches versus Cancer Spotlight game. Holy Cross and Riverside. And it all starts right now.
Fox 56 Sports presents the Rivalry of the Week on MyTV WQMY. Brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Taylor, Pennsylvania Riverside High School for tonight. Coaches versus Cancer game between the Holy Cross Lady Crusaders and the Riverside Lady Vikes. I'm John Mandola, joined by my partner, Bob Ide, courtside. And Bob, Aaron Dugan will join us shortly, along with Andrew Kettle, who's been such an inspiration of what he's done for Coaches versus Cancer here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Bob, a great team in Holy Cross. They've had a great year with Barry Fitzgerald. They are led by Olivia Cosin, who's a senior.
Yeah, Cosin picking up where she left off last year, where she was the leading scorer in the league and in Division III, 15.6 points per game. Her job, get the inside rebounds, get the inside points, and that's what they're going to count on her tonight to do.
Well, Holy Cross, in the meantime, they're feeling pretty good about tonight. Riverside, well, Lizzie Spindler's not going to play tonight. That is their best player. They're going to have to go to a freshman, Natalie Sotil.
And her job is to hold on to the ball. Holy Cross is going to show pressure all night long. She's got to get the ball over her half court. The scoring, they're going to count on Mackenzie Haydick and Shelby Sloboda to get the points. But the freshman, her job, hold on to the ball while Lizzie recuperates from a bad ankle.
Well, we're getting ready for tonight's matchup to tip off here. But first, let's head over to Aaron Dugan.
Well, hey, guys, great to be here. And thank you so much for joining us for night one of two for our live Coaches versus Cancer games. Of course, tomorrow we have Crestwood Hazelton boys at 7:30. Don't miss that. But tonight we'll be talking to some special guests throughout the night here and also be telling you how you can help and donate to this great cause simply by visiting the website cvcbasketball.org or by calling the number 1-800-227-2345. You can see it on the screen there. So I'll be reminding you about these throughout the night. But for now, let's head back to you guys.
Well, excitement in the air. We're ready to go here at Riverside for the Coaches versus Cancer matchup. Holy Cross and the Lady Vikes of Riverside. The tip-off is next.
You're watching a Fox 56 Sports presentation of the Rivalry of the Week on MyTV WQMY. Brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
Riverside High School, Holy Cross High School starters, Abby Anderson, Olivia Cosin, Alyssa Alfano, Courtney McDonald, and Gabby Giordano at the guard position. And our Riverside starters for tonight for the Lady Vikes are going to be Lauren Grzybowski, Taylor Tilbury, C. Shelby Sloboda, the sophomore, 5'11", Mackenzie Haddock, and Natalie Sotil, the freshman, will get to start tonight as we're getting ready to get underway here at Riverside High School for tonight's Coaches versus Cancer girls basketball matchup. John Mandola and Bob Ide. Aaron Dugan will join us throughout the game, and of course, Andrew Kettle, the head coach of Scranton Prep, and his efforts with Coaches versus Cancer over the years, and it just seems to get a little bit better every year as Holy Cross will control to start out and move the ball around. And I think we'll see, Bob, tonight, Holy Cross doing their thing with their full starters as they work it inside out. Some quick passing. It is Gabby Giordano with the three-point attempt. Doesn't make it, but a couple of the dollies on the inside and the battle underneath will have a jump ball to go Riverside's way.
Now here's what you have to watch for. Holy Cross is going to press most of the night. Looks like 2-2-1 press. They're the freshman with the ball. We talked about her in the pregame, John. It's going to be really tough for Riverside to get the ball over, and then they want to slow it down. Can't turn it over.
Yeah, that's one thing Jack McKaylo is hoping not to do. Inside, it is Cozen getting tied up, and we're going to get another jump ball. It'll stay here for the Lady Crusaders of Holy Cross.
Riverside wants to slow the tempo down. Holy Cross wants to keep the tempo up, use that defense to get the second chance points, John. So we'll look at, as the game plays out, watch for that to develop.
And a missed shot over there as Abby Anderson gets fouled. So she'll head to the free throw line and try to get the first points on the scoreboard tonight.
First on the Lady Vikes.
Anderson, a sophomore, played a little bit last year. Really the future, once Olivia Cosen is gone, really that future inside for their Lady Crusaders.
Abby Anderson, Bob, kind of is the heir apparent to what Olivia Coast has done. I mean, she's a tall young lady, a little bit more of an outside shot, but another great athlete. Haddock now with the basketball, tries to break the press to the senior, Grzybowski, back over to Tilbury. Now Grzybowski, the senior, can score when called upon here for Riverside. So Teal gets in the way, and now we're going to get a carry over there. So, again, trying to get that continuity right now, the Lady Vikes.
Lizzie Spindler averages over 19 points per game. The offense revolves around her for Riverside. It's going to be tough now. It's going to take them a little bit. Now, one thing for Riverside that you will see is the other night against Carbondale, she went out with 3 minutes in the game. So they played basically the whole game without Lizzie, and they played very well, Coach McKaylo said. So we'll have to see now. Two possessions for Riverside, 2 turnovers.
And Riverside's goal, I think, tonight, slow down the pace. And right now, a turnover is going to go to Riverside's advantage as Giordano missed out on that one. So they'll inbound the ball here, get it back. And again, the pressure will be on the freshman Natalie Sotil, who will have the point here as they try to trap her. Haddock back over to Sotil, try to go to the corner, and a steal. And that is Olivia Coast trying to go coast to coast, and she does.
Number 33.
They're going to push it as much as they can. All 5 starters can handle the ball very well for the Lady Crusaders.
Wide open underneath is Shelby Sloboda. 4 Lady Crusaders came up court to trap. Had to be a couple open, and there were, and they took advantage, got on the board. Moving it around, Giordano for 3, got it. 37% from three-point land, and knocks that one down, 7-2 advantage Holy Cross.
And essentially, Coach Fitzgerald said she's been playing 3 years with an ACL tear, so slight though that she'll get surgery after this season.
Giordano, a little layup, and gets it 9-2. Coach McKaylo thinking right now about a timeout, but he's talking to him, just saying, let's slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, he said he's going to call a lot of timeouts if this happens, but he's also waiting for our media timeouts at the first whistle under 4. I don't know how long you can wait, though, so far.
Sloboda's been open underneath if they find her, and she can hit that shot inside. Tilbury in and out. Grzybowski hustling, as that's a good offensive rebound. Hustle from Grzybowski. Jumper in and out for her. Giordano now controlling and bringing it down, trying to push the pace a little bit. Finds an open Anderson underneath, and she gets fouled.
Great pass by Giordano to find Anderson underneath.
Number 21, Natalie.
So more foul shots now for the sophomore, Abby Anderson. Can't let this get too out of hand if you're Riverside.
Abby Anderson at the line for Holy Cross with 1
So
shot.
Abby Anderson is on that free throw line, and she's averaging 62% from the charity stripe this year. Has a good rebound from Cosen, working it around one more time. Alfano is a scrappy guard for them. Giordano nails the 3 again.
Look for a timeout. There it is, Coach McKaylo. Down now 11. 2 big threes from
Riverside.
Giordano.
More time.
She has
Alfano
8 points already.
is a scrappy guard for them. Giordano nails the three. Coach Barry Fitzgerald talking to his team right now. Bobby's been there the whole time at Holy Cross since the inception of the program.
Every time. He also, remember, he was down at Bishop Hannon. Down there, he had some success down there. Very good team. The one thing they're going to have to overcome is Dunmore, the school that's down the block. Basically, they've had a tough time with them the last couple of years. They lost to them in the first half. They'll see them again in a couple weeks, and then they may see them again in the playoffs down the line.
Yeah, and everybody's going to have to overcome Holy Redeemer, who recently beat the #1 team.
So full court press now.
Alfano with the steal, up and in. Actually, that is Courtney McConnell, the other guard. Both of them about the same stature, Alfano and McConnell, both about 5'2" or so. Almost look like sisters, Bob. So Riverside will inbound, trailing 15-2 right now. And again, Lizzie Spindler, a big loss right now with the injury, as Sotil dribbles into some pressure, and the Lady Crusaders will be called on a foul.
Yeah, we'll have to watch the whistles too tonight, because Holy Cross is going to double team. Will the referees let them get in a little bit more in their face, or are they going to control the game a little bit? And so far, they've blown the whistle a lot. So that's advantage Riverside.
End of the ball game, Lindsay Dupree for the Holy Cross Crusaders. And Sotil falls down. Good sportsmanship there from McConnell. And Holy Cross will now inbound. So a domination thus far, Bob, for Holy Cross. They'll try to work it around. And here comes another three-point try with Dupree.
Yeah, not only do you have to worry about Cosin inside, and Giordano's hitting those outside shots.
Cosin up, misses, gets her own rebound, and pads the stats a little bit, gets it.
She's got 4 right now, and there you see her working inside. It's really going to be up to Sloboda to really box her out, and no one boxed out Cosin.
Oh, Riverside hanging on right there. Grzybowski now to the rack, and she gets fouled. And we are going to have a timeout coming up shortly, as Lauren Grzybowski will head to the free throw line.
Olivia Cosin, first person, team third.
And we're going to take a timeout here as we'll get to the free throw line when we return. 17-2, Holy Cross in front on My TV, WQMY. We're back at Riverside High School for tonight's rivalry of the week. It is the Coaches versus Cancer. The Lady Vikes of Riverside hosting the Lady Crusaders of Holy Cross. Bob Ide with me. I'm John Mendola. Aaron Dugan. We'll hear from her very shortly as we talk a whole lot about Coaches versus Cancer. We'll talk Andrew Kettle in the second half as Grzybowski now will try to get a couple of points here for Riverside.
Yeah, Suits and Sneakers week. Nice celebration the other night for Coaches versus Cancer at Scranton Prep with Andrew, and really all over the Lackawanna League and Wyoming Valley Conference. Fundraising going on all week, and also fundraising tonight. You'll see the number cross against your screen, and we hope you make a donation to CVC and EPA.
As Grzybowski hits 1 of 2. Now it is Anderson, who has some outside range for a tallie. Giordano inside, usually money. Comes up a little short, and Grzybowski will try transition time. See what Coach Jack McKilo talked to his team about. Ball on the floor, and let the bodies hit the floor as Riverside finally comes up with it.
A little help from Billy Gibbons, the referee.
Moving it around, that's Sloboda for 2. Boy, she's going to have a nice career as the years go on. She's just a sophomore, playing some good basketball for Riverside. A few points here, and about a 5'11". Anderson for 3. Doesn't make the mark. Haddock with the rebound. Bob, Haddock could be a scorer for Riverside when called upon. She gets a little streaky, throws that one away over to Grzybowski. Now 17-5, as we'll get a substitution for Holy Cross.
Yeah, Haddock averaging about 9 points per game. She is probably the second or third best player behind Lizzie Spindler on the court for Riverside. She's going to have to step up and get the points. Of course, her sister Morgan, who played at Marywood, very good outside shooter. Same thing for Mackenzie.
A ball just tipping around, and now it does hit the floor, and Giordano somehow comes up with it and gets it.
It's just too easy for Holy Cross. Same thing happened in their first meeting over at Holy Cross. Even with Lizzie Spindler, Riverside had a very tough time breaking the press, and there was just too many points off turnovers in that game.
Haddock for three, got it.
On cue, John, big outside shot, and maybe they can get a little turnovers of their own. Riverside has a chance. No one comes out on her.
Molly Berta into the ball game. Nobody wants to guard her. It says, hey, I'll try a three. Just 14% from three-point land from her this year.
Yeah, no communication for the Lady Vikings on that defense. You got to call out who has who, especially when Holy Cross is hitting their outside shots.
Riverside's gotten a little bit closer, but turnovers, they're going to need it, and Giordano gets it right to Anderson for the lefty layup. Just misses. Haddock will be called on that foul.
So that's 6 turnovers already in this quarter, John, and 3 fouls.
Riverside's number 11, Mackenzie Haddock.
For the Lady Vikings.
And Anderson hits that free throw. Averaging 11 points per game this year. She's a sophomore, had a lot of playing time last year as a freshman. And again, maturing a little bit more. She'll be the go-to girl next year, I think, at Holy Cross with Giordano and Kozin graduating.
5 of 6 from the line in the first quarter.
So a trapping defense here, Holy Cross, and we're getting some turnovers, and now we're getting a foul as Haddock got sandwiched over there.
Coach Mikhailo said, we're going to get the ball over half court and slow it down. We have not seen the slowdown. They've had some open shots, and they've hit a couple. But really, if they want to take it away from Holy Cross, they have to work the clock.
Haddock with it, and then, again, a reach now we'll get. And I think, Bob, I think it's tough to get that slowdown with the pressure. It's
exactly
tough.
what I was thinking.
Yep.
It really is. They're on the ball so fast, Holy Cross, that you might want to slow it down. But if you have an open shot, you're going to take it.
So Riverside will try to figure out Holy Cross as it's 21-8. So a possession here with 1:51 to go in the first quarter, and that ball is knocked away. Great hustle, open girl underneath. They miss Sloboda. Haddock now. Got to find Shelby Sloboda, and they come up short. Sloboda keeps it alive, though. Giordano now on the floor. Now it's McConnell, and a little bit of a loose ball situation.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it.
Lady Vikings, though, they might not be holding on to the ball, but they're gutting it out.
Anderson to Kozin for 2. So the 2 tallest girls on the team run the court like guards.
Fortunately, you take out a girl like Lizzie Spindler, 19 points per game. This is going to happen. It's not unexpected.
Haddock, Grzybowski. And Grzybowski takes it to the rack and scores. Timeout, Holy Cross. Barry Fitzgerald not happy. Wants to have a quick timeout with his girls, saying that's too easy.
You're up 23-10, and he's finding little things that he can coach now into the game. But, you know, Lady Vikings, they're giving it all that they can. They're having a tough time with the pressure, which a lot of school teams do with Holy Cross. And there you see Jack Mikhailo. Been here 6-7 years. Has not had a losing record at all as a coach at Riverside, and has had some very good teams over the years.
Well, if you'd like to donate, please do so right now. You can join us on the website, cvcbasketball.org, for Coaches versus Cancer. Just simply call 1-800-227-2345. If you'd like to donate, we'd really appreciate it. Help us out.
And remember, all the money raised in northeastern Pennsylvania stays right here.
Giordano misses that three-point attempt, but
got to box out.
Kozin with the rebound again.
Your inside girls have to box out Kozin. You have to know where she is at all times.
You have Anderson to contend with as well. Mackenzie Haddock calls the banker.
Mackenzie Haddock.
Kozin now back to the rack. Lefty makes it look just routine.
She's got 10 now. 5 field goals for her. And we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, every time Riverside gets a punch, Holy Cross comes back with 2. Haddock now trying a little crossover, 8 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Holy Cross doesn't care if Lizzie Spindler's on the bench. They're here to win and keep track.
Giordano gonna beat the clock. Got it. 29-12 advantage, Holy Cross here after one quarter. Let's head over to Aaron Dugan right now.
Hey guys, I have a very special guest with me. This is Brian Costanzo from the Brian Forgione Foundation. And Brian, for those who don't know, tell us about the foundation.
The foundation was started back in 2002, shortly after Brian's death. We wanted to do something to honor his memory. It started with a small golf tournament, and almost 12 years later, we've evolved into a pretty large foundation where we're very involved with the local community efforts in battling this dreaded disease.
Now, this is your third year currently sponsoring the Suits and Sneakers Week, so tell us what made you want to get involved in that and keep coming back year after year.
Yeah, the main mission of the Brian Forgione Foundation, Brian was an aspiring teacher, coach. He always excelled in athletics growing up, so we figured it'd be only fitting for us to be able to go and give back and get involved with local community efforts, educational efforts. The Coaches versus Cancer has done that. They made it a little competitive, so we're really excited to be involved and really help battle the disease as we go forward.
You kind of touched on helping out the community, but you really do get involved all over the community. Tell us about some of the things that you've done.
Aside from the Coaches versus Cancer, we've been involved with the Susan Komen Foundation, Ronald McDonald House, some of those organizations that help Brian through his battles. We've raised almost $75,000. We've given back actually $75,000 to local community charities. So we're really excited to keep moving forward. We're growing rapidly, and we're really excited to be involved with the Coaches versus Cancer and to really help keep that money local and really make an effort for those individuals that are really suffering and dealing with the disease.
Absolutely. And if anybody watching wants to find out more about this foundation, or is there a website somewhere they can go to learn more?
Yeah, we have a website, brianforgione.org. And we also have a Facebook page, the Brian Forgione Foundation. Please feel free to get involved. We're happy to have newcomers every year, and we're looking to keep growing every year as we participate with the Coaches versus Cancer and other local charities.
All right, thanks for stopping and chat with us. Always nice to see you.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, it doesn't matter if they're big or small, Bob. Holy Cross is finding ways to get people open underneath. I mean, a 5'2" Alyssa Alfano wide open.
Yeah, no communication from Riverside on the defensive switch. They left her wide open for an easy layup, and it's not the first time we've seen that tonight.
Riverside right now seeing if they can get in some type of groove as three people trapping. They bring Abby Anderson up in a foul. So they have 6 team fouls now. So a little bit aggressive, you would call the Lady Crusaders at this point. Pretty much at about half court, they're putting on the pressure. But, they're going to need to do that as the year goes on and they get into the playoffs. Let's see if Riverside can find Shelby Sloboda. Steal now from Anderson. Back over to Lindsay Dupree. Anderson, a wide open three, just short.
There's no one coming out from Riverside. They're all packing it in to get the rebound, and they're leaving their outside shooters wide open for easy jumpers, and everyone on the team can make them.
Now Haddock comes up with that rebound. She'll try to push it a little bit as Haddock now looking for an open person. So Teal, the freshman in the lane, short. Rebound, Alfano to Giordano. Back to Anderson, lefty. What? That was a gorgeous left. And a timeout Riverside.
Basket by Abby Anderson. Full timeout.
You know what's coming? You think you know what's coming. You watch the film, but there's nothing you really can do about it. It's just the double team's too intense. They have 10 turnovers now in just about 9 minutes of play, and your best player is on the bench. The cards were stacked against Riverside coming into this game. They lost by 24 the first time. And the score is, they're up by almost 20 now. So, now it's just a matter of holding out and see if you can get any kind of rhythm.
And so often, life lessons in athletics.
Yep.
Your back's against the wall. You're in a tough spot. You don't have your top-notch player. But you got to still play the game. You got to find a way to get a little bit better and improve on some things. Right now that'll be Riverside's challenge the rest of the way.
And give Holy Cross a lot of credit. I mean, they're on a roll. They started the season 5-3, 6-1 since the game they lost against North Pocono, 52-49. Their only loss to Dunmore over that time. They did lose to Holy Redeemer by 29. Probably the top AA team in District 2, the girls. next to Dunmore. So
Teal in between 3 players, and she draws a foul.
now if you're Coach McCullough, you just got to say it comes on the inside now. Now you have to have the heart. You're playing for your school. You're playing for your teammates.
So it's 34-12, Holy Cross, and Natalie Sotil, the freshman, will attempt a free throw. Good follow through. It's her second start, Bob, of the year.
Lexi Walsh checks in for
And probably didn't know she was starting 2-3 days ago. So, and especially against the pressure that you're going to see tonight. But if you ask Coach McCullough before the season, we're young. They're young. Spindler is very good. She's only a sophomore. So the future definitely looks bright for the Lady Vikings. They definitely have the inside. They have Spindler, and they have some girls getting some experience in big games.
Big sophomore class for Riverside, but Holy Cross seems to do it every year. Barry Fitzgerald has a nice program.
Well, they get the feeder systems of the Catholic schools and the LaSalle's and the St. Paul's and the St. Mary's and all those schools up in the Lackawanna County area, and then some schools down in Pittston, of course. But
Cosin comes in, and now inbound, Sloboda. That's what you're getting at, is Shelby Sloboda, a sophomore.
6 for her. Good inside move. Didn't wait. Got the ball and made the spin move.
3-pointer from McConnell.
number 15. That is Courtney McDonald.
Again, that punch from Riverside, but you get just one more punch, it seems, out of Holy Cross. That's why they're so good. Now we get a double dribble.
Yeah,
Powell.
you just 2 hands on that one, trying to make the move.
Lexi Walsh into the ball game for Holy Cross. Always seems to be some Walsh playing basketball.
Yeah.
Prep has one, Holy Cross has one, so it's definitely something tradition there with the Walsh family. There's a lot of relatives in the Scranton area. So
Lady Vikings now doing a lot better communicating on the defensive front, not letting those outside shooters get clear looks at the basket.
well, they're moving it around quickly. Holy Cross, but they get a turnover. Sloboda comes up with it. Riverside will continue to try their half-court offense. Grzybowski trying to go rack, kicks it back out to Sotil. Looking around, Sloboda just kind of hanging down low, seeing if she could establish a little post position against Olivia Cosin. Grzybowski back to Danielle Powell. Powell now over to Sotil. The freshman, nice pass to Sloboda, and she can finish.
And there's the future. Good pass, good heads-up play by Sloboda. Found her teammate underneath, and they made the basket. That's what the thing they have to do.
Miss from Holy Cross as Lexi Walsh now passes it out. So Madeline McGough is into the ball game.
Getting some subs now for the Crusaders. Both teams play tomorrow night, John.
So a lot of ball movement, and yeah, they'll be going at it again tomorrow as the weather has changed the schedule a little bit for some of the teams here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Of course, the weather a factor again tonight. Long range, Shelby Sloboda. She's the offense you got to go through tonight.
Absolutely. We talked about her. She's got 10 right now, 2 in a row.
McConnell off. Sloboda, nice rebound. Gets it out perfectly to Powell.
Holy
Wide
Cross.
open.
The shots that were falling previously aren't falling now for Holy Cross.
That went in and out of Sloboda's hand. So hustle down there. Powell hit the floor. And now Haddock returns and comes in for Natalie Sotil.
Returns for the Lady Vikes.
So Holy Cross averaging 61 points per game. They only give up 43.
Alfano gets it over to McConnell. Now to Walsh. Giordano. A lot of passing, and I'm sure that's what Barry Fitzgerald talked about. Right at the charity strap goes Gabby Giordano.
Well, that's what she can do. She's been doing it for 2-3 years for Holy Cross. She hit the outside, shoot the ball very well. Good from 3-point, and hey, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Giordano again, a little gimme layup on the steal. Coach Mikhailo.
Coach Mikhailo saying we're not screening on the base. So there's the screen. And there's the block.
That was a get that out of here. So a nice block from Olivia Kosin, but they call a foul. A little bit of contact there, as Kosin will be called with a foul. So we have a timeout here at Riverside. Holy Cross in command. Coaches versus Cancer, as we head on out with a little play. Gabby Giordano throwing it down on My TV, WQMY.
Next game tomorrow night on My TV, WQMY. We'll have Crestwood and Hazleton. And then we'll have ACC action Saturday at noon as Notre Dame, who just beat Duke, takes on Pittsburgh.
Lauren Grzybowski, it seems like every time out we take Lauren Grzybowski's on the free throw line. First quarter and now the second quarter.
She's planning it right.
And Grzybowski on cue. Missed the first one both times, but hit the second one. So Lauren at least 50% from the free throw line. Quick skip pass. Now it's over to Walsh. Gets it over to McConnell. And they keep moving it around. Alfano for three. Doesn't make it. And good hustle over there from number 40, Lindsay Dupree.
The offensive rebounds going the way for the Lady Crusaders. Riverside has to do a better job boxing out.
Tilbury ties it up. Nice job from her. Grzybowski walks. So got the ball quickly and had a young lady right in her grill, and her feet kind of moved a little faster with their body.
Holy Cross just looks so much quicker to the ball than Riverside tonight.
Giordano looking around, very patient, very athletic young lady for Holy Cross, and that goes off of the hands of Holy Cross. Jack McKilo, he knows the future is bright. He's got to be patient, and it's only one ball game tonight. And he's right now on the other side of something, and again, just trying to see if he can get a little continuity here. Grzybowski with the basketball. Haddock gets taken away, and then throwing into a little bit of traffic. And Alfano pretty darn quick. Giordano.
13 turnovers now for Riverside in the first half.
Lexi Walsh back to Giordano, makes herself a little space there and gets it in.
How about 18 for the 5'7" senior? Started hot from long range and just hit the last couple inside.
Pressure. Tilbury comes up with it, trying to hang on. They finally find an open young lady underneath, and it's a good bucket to Jordan Martins. Giordano to Walsh. Really smart with the basketball. You don't see many dribbles that are silly, and Alfano tries to draw a little contact. They call a previous walk there. And substitutions now, as into the ball game will be Molly Berta.
Well, you would like to say if Riverside can get it down to a manageable 15 or 13 going into the break, they would have a chance, but most of the starters now, are out for Holy Cross, so, they're getting a break.
Coach Fitzgerald, trying to get that rotation in for these girls as the playoffs will come around. As Natalie Sotil now will hit the free throw line. 9 team fouls against Holy Cross. Again, Bob, you mentioned that earlier. There's always something that you're not happy about. You can improve. You don't want to see that much banging around going on and fouls. Haddock tries to draw a little contact, gets into the rim. Now Dupree will push the pace. Dupree kicks it out. Giordano back over to Lexi Walsh. As Holy Cross moving the ball quick, short from Dupree's efforts, and Grzybowski will come up with it. She's trapped immediately. So Teal now, more pressure. They finally get it away over to Haddock across half court. She'll take it to the rack. And off the mark, Giordano now. Looks like she'll take on 3 Lady Vikes. Giordano and 1.
Just too strong. Bringing it up, 1 on 3. All intentions were going to the basket. She went. Goes to the foul line, and with her strength, was able to put up the easy layup.
Giordano is one of the better athletes in the Lackawanna League. I mean, just a really, really good athlete. She can do a little bit of everything. She could be a post player. She could be a point guard. She could be a shooting guard, a power forward. You put her anywhere on the court.
Coming up at the half, John, we'll hear from Erin Dugan, which is a special guest from Coaches versus Cancer, so she's getting prepped for that.
As Giordano now takes a seat.
Well, she leaves with 21 first half points.
Well, Holy Cross doing some rotation. Still have the quick hands, though, as Haddock now tries to get it around. Another foul called on the floor.
You know, so Teal is out there on an island. The Lady Vikings need to come to her, get the ball. When they see that trap coming, they have to know where to be so that she can get the ball out of her hands quickly.
So Haddock will head to the free throw line. See if she can connect. First foul now on number 11, Lexi Walsh. And Haddock nails it.
Mackenzie Haddock at the line for Riverside, shooting 1.
Haddock is 5'7", a junior. Been some Haddocks through the program here at Riverside. All good, solid basketball players. Parents have done a nice job with that family because they love the game. They go on to do bigger and better things. Her sister has a real big caseload in college right now.
Yep.
Ready for her career, not playing this year.
Nope. Played her 4 years at Marywood. I believe it's 4. It's hard to tell. Every year runs into each other since we've been doing these games, John.
Yeah.
All the girls that we saw in high school now are graduating college.
And a foul called down low. So heading over to the free throw line for Holy Cross will be number 30, Madeline McGough. A foul called on Shelby Sloboda. That'll be her first foul of the evening. Hustle over there from Powell. Comes up with a rebound. Now Sutil with 25 seconds to go in the first half.
Good job by Sutil to get the ball out of her hands quickly.
March no go. Sloboda gets the rebound and is fouled.
4 or 5 times they've had the ball inside. They've been unable to convert. And when you're outmanned in a game like this, every basket counts, especially the ones that are the closest.
Shelby Sloboda averaging 9 points a game for Riverside. Again, she is a sophomore, and Lizzie Spindler's a sophomore, and of course Jessica Milan is a sophomore. So Teal's a freshman, Martz is a sophomore, Powell and Haddock are juniors. So it's definitely a youth movement at Riverside. But Bob, after seeing this young lady, Shelby Sloboda, play numerous times this year, you can tell that potential getting better. Next year, that point total is going to rise. I think by her senior year, she is going to have a real force along with Spindler and her teammates here at Riverside.
Yeah, because everyone's going to double team Spindler, and they've been doing it all year long.
Athletic play from Giordano. Took it to the rack, didn't go, but that's what you get out of Gabby Giordano. 47-26 is our halftime score, Bob. So we'll be talking at some point with Erin Dugan here at Riverside High School. We'll take a timeout, and we will be back here for more Coaches versus Cancer basketball on MyTV, WQMY.
The McCann School of Business and Technology Rivalry of the Week on My Network TV is brought to you by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
And welcome back to MyTV WQMY. You're watching live girls basketball right here on MyNet. Thank you so much for joining us for our Coaches versus Cancer games. This is night 1 of 2. Tomorrow, make sure you tune in again. We'll have Crestwood and Hazelton boys at 7:30. And joining me now is two very special guests. This is Joe Ross from Toyota of Scranton. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And Matt Schaefer from Merrill Lynch, and of course a referee and the co-chair of the gala, the Coaches versus Cancer Gala. So let's first talk about Suits and Sneakers Week. What have the schools been doing this week?
This is a great week because it gives us the grassroots style. It's what separates us from the rest of the country. It's a great opportunity for each of the schools to take the Coaches vs. Cancer campaign and personalize it. They bring it down to the student level, get parent interaction, administration, teachers, the schools. But the nice thing is they can make it their own.
Absolutely. When you go from school to school, you see everybody has their different T-shirt, their different color. They really get to put their own mark on it. That's really cool. Okay, so let's talk about the Hoopla event coming up this Saturday. I know this year they're changing it, and it's at the Scranton Hilton?
That's right. Scranton Hilton and Convention Center. It's from 7 to 12 on Saturday evening. There's going to be a DJ, hors d'oeuvres, drinks. It's a great night. There's a silent auction. Last year we had about 500 people. We're expecting to probably have somewhere in the area of 400 or 500 people again this year. Great night, relaxing, celebrate a great week of Coaches vs. Cancer basketball in our area.
And you talked about that auction. That's one of the coolest things. You guys get some really great stuff. Talk about some of the things that you've had in the past.
Yeah, we've had tickets to great sporting events at the Hoopla. This year, I can't confirm something that's been put out there, but there's a pretty great ticket package that's going to be possibly coming. It's going to be a great night. Some auction items that are going to be there. I know last year at our gala we had some great auction items.
Yeah.
We had some live auction items. We had a trip for two to the ESPYs. We had private dinner. We had sideline passes for St. John's Syracuse. Behind the scenes, just some great opportunities for people to come bid on and support Coaches vs. Cancer.
And as the co-chair for the gala, man, what a great time that was last year. So many people came out. Coach Lavin came. I mean, the community came out in full support. What's the gala going to be like this year?
We're expecting the same. 550 people. We're going to pack the Mohegan Sun Casino again this year. It's a great opportunity to come out and support. Tickets are going to go on sale very soon. cvcbasketball.org is the website to go to. A couple new things this year, and since we haven't made it official who our speaker is yet, I can't put it out on the air tonight.
Okay.
So
we'll keep checking back in with you.
I'm sure we'll let you know.
All right, Matt. Thank you so much. We'll
Thank
move
you.
along to Joe Ross from Toyota of Scranton. Such a major sponsor for Coaches vs. Cancer, involved year after year. What makes Toyota of Scranton want to get involved?
Well, at Toyota Scranton, one of our core values is community involvement. We, the community for the past 8 years has been so good to us and supportive of us. You know, we're into community involvement, community support, and what a great way to get involved in the community. Come out here and support these student athletes, the coaches, the fans, their parents, the school districts. It's just a great opportunity. We're so honored to be involved.
And I know you have roots at Lackawanna Trail, which is where this all started with Andrew Kettle. So you've really seen it grow throughout the years.
I have. It all started with Andrew at Lackawanna Trail, and it was in raising funds for a really good friend of mine. His name was Joe Cathra, who passed away to cancer. And so Coaches vs. Cancer is very, very special to me because I certainly think of a good friend of mine, Joe Cathra.
Well, Toyota of Scranton does a great job in giving back. Greg Gagoric, everyone up there, and thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you. It's an honor. Thank you for having us.
All right, we're going to have much more here from Riverside High School when we come right back. And welcome back to Riverside High School for our girls basketball game here for Coaches vs. Cancer. Joining me now is a very special guest. This is Dr. Jay Bannon. He's the chairman of surgery for the Regional Hospital of Scranton. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure to be with you, Aaron. Thank you very much for having me.
So we talked to a lot of people during this Coaches vs. Cancer campaign, but a lot of the people that we don't get to talk to are the doctors out there treating these patients. From a doctor's perspective, what does this whole campaign mean to these people suffering from this disease?
Well, this whole campaign has been a remarkable story, which started at Lackawanna Trail High School with Andrew Kettle and one of his players' parents, and has grown into a regional effort. And the impact they've had has been remarkable. It is one of the largest programs of its kind in the country. not associated with a Division I basketball program, and it's a grassroots effort, which makes it truly special. It's the coaches, it's the players, it's their families, it's regional support, and they provide a huge amount of money and resources for the American Cancer Society, but at the same time, they provide local resources through the Road to Recovery program for our patients, for the Look Good, Feel Good program, for the research that this money is going towards the American College of Surgeons and the American Cancer Society, and it gives people hope. It creates awareness, and programs like you're doing today, I think, really is a remarkable thing. And on the medical side, we're greatly appreciative for all your efforts.
And just talking to some of the patients that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, I mean, what do they think about the effort? Do they know about Coaches versus Cancer? Are they behind it?
Well, I think they're not as much behind it as they are appreciative for the efforts of the community. You know, cancer patients are very particular patients, and they're oftentimes fighting an uphill battle. They're looking for hope, and any type of community support that can ease the burden of their cancer makes a difference. It changes their quality of life. And so not only is it the medical care, but it's the whole care of the whole person that makes a difference. And this is the community rallying around that, which is really remarkable. And I'm not surprised that it happens here in Northeast Pennsylvania, because this is the kind of people we have here. But it's a grassroots effort, and they really do a wonderful job.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for providing your perspective, and best of luck to you.
Thank you. Thanks to WQMY and Fox 56 for a great job with our high school sports programs throughout the year, and particularly this week for the Coaches versus Cancer. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
great
much.
Job.
Thank you. And you can donate to this wonderful cause. Simply visit the website cbcbasketball.org or call 1-800-227-2345. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Riverside High School as Holy Cross has a 47-26 lead as we'll get ready for quarter number 3 of the rivalry of the week on MyTV, WQMY. John Mendola with you, along with Bob Ide, of course, Andrew Kettle from Scranton Prep, the head coach. Andrew, Coaches versus Cancer. This is what it's all about. People donating money tonight and people getting involved, and every year it's gotten a little bit bigger here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it really has. It's turned into a great week every year that we can look forward to in the basketball community and in all of the communities throughout northeast Pennsylvania. Just like Dr. Bannon said, you know, it's something that gives a lot of people hope, and we raise awareness and funds and bring communities together.
And people can donate right now. You get onto the website, cbcbasketball.org, 1-800-227-2345. Bob, you brought this up before. All the money donated, it stays here in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you know, there is a percentage that does go to national research, but a lot of our local programs that we're able to help fund, Road to Recovery, Look Good, Feel Good, and all these programs help people locally. You know, last year we were fortunate enough to be able to purchase a minivan from Toyota of Scranton to help with the Road to Recovery program, get people to and from cancer treatments or doctor's appointments if they don't have someone that can do that for them. So, you know, the money is here, and we're trying our best to continue to grow the percentages of money to stay local.
Of course, we'll see you at the Hilton. You have a game tomorrow night, so we won't see you in Hazleton, but that's going to be a heck of a game down there. You've already beat Hazleton. And have you played Crestwood this year?
We haven't, no.
You didn't get to play them, but, you know, that should be a battle down there tomorrow night.
Yeah, that should be a great game. Two great teams with two great coaches and historic programs.
Well, we kick off the second half here at Riverside High School in Taylor. Holy Cross have the basketball to start off. And they got Olivia Coasted back in. Abby Anderson got it.
Really impressed on how Holy Cross moves the ball.
Not a whole lot of silly dribbles from Holy Cross. Quick ball movement, as Coach Kettle mentioned. Now Haddock with the basketball in the half-court set. She'll take the shot. Doesn't make it. Tilbury with the rebound, the senior, tied up from Cosin. It's going to be a jump ball, and Riverside will retain possession. Now to Sloboda, and that ball is knocked away. Alfano now working her body well, and another left. Boy, they got some good lefts over the Holy Cross, Coach.
They do. They're really fundamentally sound.
First on Riverside, it's number 21, Natalie.
A free throw here will be Alyssa Alfano, the 5'3" junior. Averages 7.5 points per game. 76% free throw shooter. She's the best on the team.
Shooting one.
Would think that'd be money from a 76% free throw shooter when she misses the first. But now Sotil will bring it across. The freshman put into the roll tonight. A lot of pressure she has faced tonight. And Abby Anderson gets down on the floor, and we'll have another jump ball. Holy Cross now will get the arrow.
At this point in the game, you know, with the freshman at the point, all this is just learning how to become a varsity basketball player. And Coach McKyle is really excited about the future here at Riverside with a lot of young, talented girls.
It hasn't happened much, but when you lose your probably top player, what do you say to a team before the game, and then two, maybe at a halftime where you're down almost 20 points?
Yeah, you know, one of the things that, you know, what we do, you know, as coaches is just try and get your teams to play, try and get better every single day, whether, you know, no matter what the scoreboard says. If you're ahead big or if you're down big. You know, it's hard when you're trailing, but you have to focus on the improvement.
On the other end, we saw Giordano give a quick pass to Anderson. Great pass underneath. She scored. Now Shelby Sloboda is fouled down low from Anderson. That is her third foul. So Barry Fitzgerald will talk to her over on the side. Again, the Lady Crusaders of Holy Cross in command tonight. As Sloboda, again, she showed tremendous fundamentals tonight. 2-footers, 4-footers, 12-footers. She's hit a bunch. She's pretty good on the free throw line as well.
Yeah, and you know, when your best player is on the sideline, you know, she's doing everything she can. But I'm sure with Spindler in the game, she opens up a lot more for her.
Kosa tries to go in with the left. Grzypowski called the foul.
I'm very impressed with how Holy Cross is, the speed they get to the ball, the speed they run their transition. They're just out racing Riverside down the other side of the court.
That's her first personal, team first.
Kosin's brother, Josh, was a heck of an athlete at Holy Cross and decided not to play basketball. Headed down to Maryland to get a little schooling in.
How about the fact that everyone in their family is a 1,000-point scorer in high school? That's unbelievable.
Dad, a heck of a player back in the day as well.
Sitting right behind me, by the way.
Yeah.
So now it'll be Haddock inbounding for Riverside. Nice job from Sotil, but then it's Anderson with the big pause, and Alfano trying to finish, and she does.
Riverside does a better job getting the ball over there because they got it up quickly.
Tilbury to Haddock. Haddock with the open look. Off the mark. Giordano now. Great vision from her behind her back. She's going to find somebody open. Back into Kozin. Gets fouled. They don't contact, I guess, there enough underneath. But a little bit of letting them play a little bit at this point with the way the score is. 5:55 here in quarter number 3. Now it is Riverside with the basketball, and it is Taylor Tilbury. Just 2 seniors on the squad. Now to Sloboda, back to Haddock, over to Tilbury one more time. Puts her head down and drives right to the rack. No go. Anderson and Haddock fighting, and Alfano will come up with it. She's going to push the pace to Giordano. Tries to get a quickie pass. A little cute. Kosin misses. Tilbury rebound. Now more half-court set. Sotil just kind of throws it up. Battle again. And now up court, Abby Henderson's going to just let that one try.
I laugh because Coach McKyle told me during the game, before the game, we have to slow it down. We have to control the tempo. It's all Holy Cross tempo from like the first second of the game. There's been no slowdown at all between the 2 teams.
I think, you know, it's a learning curve. Having 2 seniors on your team, it's difficult. People don't understand how valuable it is to have great senior leadership and experience. And that's really valuable.
So for Barry Fitzgerald right now, Coach Kettle, always learning going on no matter who's in the game, and he's sprinkled in some different players. Always something to get better on between now and the end of the year, and there's some great competition in AA. I think we're going to have a team, District 2 AA, that could go to the state championship this year. Holy Redeemer's the top team, but Dunmore and Holy Cross are right there, and there's a few others that will try to vie for that.
Absolutely. And Coach Fitzgerald's been doing it for so long. You know, he understands what he needs to do at this time of year. And right now he's probably telling them, don't scoreboard watch, keep playing hard. You know, we have to get better. And nice play.
Shelby Sloboda, the sophomore, finishes.
15 for her.
Alfano now with the basketball, kicks it over to McConnell. Back to Giordano, the senior. She has great vision. Tilbury tips that one away. Coaches versus Cancer on My TV, WQMY. John Mendola, Bob Ide, Andrew Kettle.
Checks in for Holy Cross. Jordan Martz, number 31, checks in for Riverside.
Jordan Martz will come in for the senior, Taylor Tilbury. Anderson inbounds, and right now Lindsay Dupree into the ball game. Wide open on the opposite side, they find her. Little skipper. Giordano has been good from three-point range.
Great extra pass.
Number 24, Gabby Giordano.
Great extra pass.
I have her down for 24 points tonight.
So Gabby Giordano has her number. That's the jersey number she wears, 24. Sloboda inside, finishes those quickies, and a good job from Shelby Sloboda inside for Riverside. Back to Dupree. Half court, Giordano looking around, beauteous pass, gets it back. Dupree inside the three-point line, nails it a long two.
It just looks like Riverside doesn't know where the ball's going, Andrew. I mean, their backs are turned. They're not communicating very well on the defensive side.
Yeah, and again, it comes from experience. And right now, that's what you're trying to get. You're trying to get experience.
Oh, a timeout on the floor after a travel call. Holy Cross will have the ball when we come back on Coaches versus Cancer here from Taylor as Riverside trails Holy Cross 61-31. Back on My TV, WQMY.
Penguins hockey is on the ice this Saturday night. The Pens take on division rival Lehigh Valley. Puck drop is at 7 o'clock live in HD on My TV. Get on board for another winning season of Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins hockey right here on My TV, WQMY.
Holy Cross has the ball here at the third quarter. Up by 30. As Dupree now gets it back, quick pass over to Kosin. And now Dupree will reset here for Holy Cross. Alfano now looking down low, and quick passes from Anderson. And Kosin a little frustrated that one went out.
So, Coach, this is, I guess, the tough call you have to make. How long do you leave your starters in now? You're up 30 points. You don't want anybody hurt. You play tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's getting to that point where you're going to look to start putting your bench in.
What a left from Alfano. Excellent job. And Coach Kettle pointed to it, the fundamentals here from Holy Cross. You work on them day after day. In games like this, they pay off as get it done.
They really did a great job with that high-low tonight against the Riverside zone.
Up-tempo again for Holy Cross, pushing it all night long. The two seniors, Gabby and Olivia. So Kosin will go to the line again with 11 points.
Number 11, Mackenzie Hannah.
I think if there's one thing she has to improve on is the free throw shooting, only 41% from down there, John.
Yeah. It's that one.
As I say it, she does it.
Shooting one.
Kosin also plays a little softball for Holy Cross. For XE McAndrew, they'll be very good again this year.
Yep, had them last year against Dunmore.
Inside pass, Haddock tried to hit Martz down low, just out of her reach. Powell will return now for Riverside.
Coach Mikhailo and the Riverside community do such a great job with Coaches versus Cancer. So, you know, I'd like to take this minute to just say hello to them and thank them for all their support throughout the past 7 years and continued support in the future.
They were gracious enough to move the game. It was supposed to be last night. They're boys, Riverside boys playing at Holy Cross right now. So.
Yeah, and with that being said, you know, their boys team is on the road, and we had a great crowd here tonight.
We had a very good crowd.
Hats off to the Riverside community.
Superintendent Brennan's here.
So Teal now with the basketball, moving it around, Bob, to Grzybowski. And Holy Cross just playing a zone, trying to keep a little bit of pressure. Not as much trapping. They've kind of backed off a little bit. And here we are in the third quarter, up a handful of points.
I mean, this division. Look at the coaches, Andrew, in this division. I mean, from O'Brien over at Dunmore, the two here. I mean, up and down this division, it's a tough game. Teams are in the playoffs. Teams are in state finals. I mean, this is one of the toughest divisions in the state for girls basketball in Division III of the Lackawanna League.
Yeah, there's some well-coached teams and some programs that have great feeder programs. Dunmore. And Riverside and Holy Cross, they all have great feeder programs, and that's really where it all starts and ends.
And Mid-Valley, remember years ago, it was Mid-Valley and Dunmore going ahead, and they'll be back with Coach Bucarelli over there now. So,
you see the Riverside schedule. So Mid-Valley will be tomorrow. Lakeland, Forest City, a little bit of a scrappy team there. They had a big win the other day. Old Forge, they just can't seem to solve Old Forge this year. And, of course, they wrap things up with Dunmore at home. So
tough stretch.
It is a tough stretch, and they're hoping Lizzie Spindler will get healthy as early as tomorrow. Don't think that's going to happen, but maybe as early as next week.
Yeah, Coach Mikhailo said that, you know, right now they're hoping day to day that every day she gets better and they have an opportunity to get her back in the lineup.
Yeah, she was in pregame getting treatment on her ankle. So, I mean, she looked good walking. I saw her walking in. She looked fine, but again, precaution.
Yep.
You have the rest of the season and playoffs coming up. So you want to keep your best player healthy.
So about 2 minutes left to go here in quarter three. Riverside will try to see if they can get a good look at the basket. Holy Cross in their zone.
This is a good time for Holy Cross to work on their 2-3 zone.
Giordano looking, beautiful pass, the free finish. Such poise from number 24, Gabby Giordano. Just when you play since your freshman year, you have it.
And that's what these kids at Riverside are going to have in a couple of years when we're back here. You'll see the difference. You know, the opportunity to gain experience as a freshman and a sophomore. You might take your lumps, but in the end, you can have a great, you know, junior, senior year.
Dupree will inbound to Alyssa Alfano, the 5'3" junior. She finds Kosin. Kosin in the lane, a few seconds, better back out. And now we get a 3-second call.
Good eye, John.
So 3 Holy Cross Lady Crusaders come in. Walsh is one of those young ladies. Molly Berta. And also now number 30 will check in for Holy Cross. And that is, again, Madeline McGough.
Yeah, get the roster out. John will be seeing some of the younger players, JV, coming in, getting some airtime tonight.
So under 1 minute now to play. In quarter number 3, Coaches versus Cancer. John Mendola, Bob Ide, Andrew Kettle. Of course, Aaron Dugan with us tonight as well. Danielle Powell looking around, trying to see if Sloboda can slip behind the defense. Grzybowski, the senior, she gets checked by Walsh, and that'll be a foul.
Give Riverside a lot of credit, Andrew. They haven't stopped playing. A lot of heart, even when they were down in the first half.
Yep.
Every possession, they're playing hard.
Absolutely. And you know, again, that's part of it. You know, play through this, work on your game, find your teammates.
Grzybowski
Great job.
Nails a 3.
Great extra pass there.
Grzybowski staying after it, senior. And Sotil now will get a little defense going. So Dupree now looking around as they try to spread out Riverside, and now we're going to get a travel. Turnover. Not many of them tonight for Holy Cross. Done a really nice job. Just 4 seconds left in the quarter. Powell for three. Got it.
Danielle Powell.
So you could feel Riverside still fighting here. Coaches versus cancer. Playing a little ball game. Riverside trying to hang in there. We'll be back on MyTV, WQMY.
You're watching a Fox 56 Sports presentation of the Rivalry of the Week on MyTV, WQMY. Brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
Wednesday night, watch to see who will impress the judges on American Idol at 8 p.m. Then the battle over music, family, and power continues on Empire at 9. American Idol followed by Empire. Wednesday night starting at 8 o'clock only on Fox 56.
You could hear a pin drop when Bob was talking about that here in the gym.
Everyone was looking.
Everybody knows about American Idol coming up. Well, here we are with Riverside trailing in the fourth quarter. Giordano with the steal. Quick passes up court, and then Sotillo comes up with the steal for the Lady Vikes. Let's see if they can capitalize. Grzybowski looking around. The senior on this squad, just 2 for Riverside. Big youth movement. Pick over there, and then they get it into number 44, Shelby Sloboda. Kosen hustling, out of bounds. And the Riverside Lady Vikes will have the basketball.
We talked about Sloboda stepping it up because Lizzie Spindler was down. She's 21 tonight, so she has. We talked about Mackenzie Haddock stepping up, and she has 8 points right now, but really it's been the pressure all night from the get-go of Holy Cross that has been the downfall of Riverside. Just too many turnovers.
Every game, Shelby Sloboda is getting a little bit better here for Riverside. And boy, I can't wait for the future for Jack Mikhailo. He's excited about this group of girls, especially Lizzie Spindler, but he knows somebody like Shelby Sloboda as she develops here for the Lady Vikes. Grzybowski now, the senior three-pointer again, little short. Good box out over there from Kosen. And now Anderson gets the footsies down and gets it to go.
Basket by number 32, Abby Anderson.
High post area looks. Sent some cutters there. Good shot.
Bowski long range, short again. Abby Anderson with the basketball, going to push it up, and now she slows things down. So Anderson, the sophomore, has a good outside shot, but she's about 5'9", same size as Kosen. She can play low. Those players as well put her anywhere on the court. Now McConnell back out to Kosen. They'll get it to Alfano. They'll reset as Kosen is open. Now Kosen patiently awaits. McConnell for three. Off the mark, so Teal now has it. She'll try to get it in transition into Martz. Martz sets up shop, comes up short, and back to Anderson. Martz puts her hand in there, trying to get it, and then Powell now for the quick jumper and gets it.
That's Riverside's number 34, Danielle Powell.
As Bob I'd mentioned tonight, Riverside still fighting away and playing as hard as they could as they get an opportunity here with Coaches versus Cancer on MyTV, WQMY. Three-point attempt doesn't go. Powell battling for the rebound and gets it over to Martz. Now Grzybowski going to push it up court, but Giordano right there.
She baited her into that pass.
And a finish.
That's what you got to be careful of in a game like this.
Now Barry Fitzgerald, he's listening to you, Coach. He sees it. He's thinking about how long do I keep him in.
Yeah, she's played 3 years with an ACL tear, slight tear.
Good basket by Gabby
Don't want to lose her
No.
in a 30-plus game. They're waiting for her to shoot.
She's the type of player that's not going to turn it down. She's going to keep playing as hard as she did in the first quarter. Not that that's a bad thing, but in a game like this, you know, you never know what can happen.
So a lot of changes here as Dupree, Walsh, and a couple more young ladies make it in for Holy Cross as Sarah Tanana also enters the ballgame for the first time. And we mentioned before, Madeline McGough, she's back in. And now finally, one more young lady in, and it's Molly Berta for Holy Cross.
Gabby Giordano.
About 5:25 or so to go. Clock ticking down, 73 to 41. Holy Cross in command. Tilbury, senior. And good hustle over there. Then Martz now with it. Tilbury looking to make something happen.
Yes.
Grzybowski finishes in one.
Lauren Grzybowski.
That's Lauren's 11th point tonight. Couple threes in there. Get a conventional three-point play here.
In and out on the free throw. Walsh comes up with the rebound.
Sarah Tanana was the first one. Her first.
Holy Cross will work their offense. Dupree thinks about a three and then passes it off. And a rainbow jumper over there from Sarah Tanana.
That's Sarah Tanana.
It's one of those nights, too, for Riverside where those tipped balls go right to the green.
So Riverside trying to see if they can get their offense going. Grzybowski.
Oh, right through the 5-hole.
Great week for basketball, Andrew. Coaches versus cancer. People just getting out and supporting it all week long. You had your game with Scranton this week. Nice, real nice affair before the game. Great speech, great presentation as always.
Yeah, it really was nice, and you know, it's something that, you know, puts things in perspective for all of us.
Sarah Tanana.
There's more important things out there than just wins and losses and ups and downs of a basketball season. It's coming together for a great cause like this one and many others.
Well, we have a timeout on the floor, and we're going to take one as well here. Holy Cross 77, Riverside Lady Vikes 43. Back on my TV, WQMY. We're back at Riverside High School for tonight's Coaches versus Cancer game. Bob, tomorrow, rivalry of the week, Coaches versus Cancer boys matchup, Crestwood and Hazleton at 7:30. Boys high school basketball, Shikellamy at Milton, 7:30 on Wednesday next week. And then women's college basketball, a week Saturday, Mansfield at Lock Haven. Should be good stuff coming up on my TV.
Yeah, I mean, big battle in the Wyoming Valley Conference on Friday. Pennsylvania Heartland Conference battle, Division I. Next week, and then Lock Haven fighting for a PSAC playoff spot. 6 get in, they're at number 5 right now, so it's a big week, and we're getting down to the end of the year where every game's going to matter. And we'll have a couple for you here on my TV, WQMY. And that tomorrow night, Andrew, I know I talked about it already, but you've been in a lot of rivalries. That's one of the biggest in the area. There'll be a packed house down there. I mean, a lot of fun. And last time, I don't know if Crestwood was up huge in the first half, and Hazleton came storming back and won in overtime. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of revenge factor there.
Oh yeah, it'll be a terrific night, and Hazleton and Coach Joseph, they're such great supporters of our cause, and I'm sure they'll have a great affair, to go along with a great basketball game. So we were, really lucky to be able to schedule that one to be with you guys.
And it could be you and Crestwood down at the end if you look at it right now. I mean, that's the way, if the bracket was set up, you two probably at the top. I mean, don't want to take anybody lightly in the AAA for boys.
Yep.
But if you look at it right now, it's you and Crestwood, looking down the line possibly.
Well, I hope so. I hope we get there. But there's a lot of good basketball teams out there, and we have some games in front of us that we have to take care of starting tomorrow.
A lot of ups and downs this year in the league. I mean, you get a team like Nanticoke, they beat GAR, or they lose to GAR, they beat Hanover. Back and forth stuff. GAR, one of those teams this year that could play with anybody. Holy Redeemer has had a good this year.
Yep.
Different classifications for teams. Some are AA, some are AAA. So there's been a lot of changes. You got to do your homework and brush up a little bit on all that.
Absolutely. And GAR has been without their big guy for a while. I'm not sure if he's back yet, but I heard he's coming back this week, Francis. So you know, that makes a big difference for them to have that 6'8" size inside and to go along with Seth Callahan, who's a very good player.
Turnover. Holy Cross will get a new ball player into the game as Erin Krennick makes her debut here this evening for the Lady Crusaders.
You know, the one thing I'd like to mention is that they probably don't get mentioned enough is how much help we get from the PIAA officials with Coaches versus Cancer. They're using pink whistles tonight. Yep. They're all in on Coaches versus Cancer. Billy Gibbons, who teaches at Scranton High, who's reffing tonight, is a big supporter, runs the Scranton High School Coaches versus Cancer campaign. So there's so many of those PIAA officials we'd like to thank and everything they do for us in our campaign.
Yeah, it's all in, Andrew. I mean, it doesn't matter, you're right, you're an official, coach, player, school. If you're a rival, you're all in on Coaches versus Cancer. And I think that's been the biggest thing that I've noticed over 5 or 6 years that we've been doing that. And no one's said no. No one has said we're not going to be involved. Right. And it gets larger every year.
Yeah, and everyone just continues to make sure that we grow in many ways, and they come up with great ideas on how to raise awareness and raise funds, and we all have to be on the same team against this disease, and that's what we're doing here in Northeast Pennsylvania.
We're going to have a foul, or is that going to be an injury? Let's see what they call here as we get a few substitutions now into the ball game. Holy Cross gets a couple of new players. So Alyssa Pizzuti is in for Holy Cross. And also now number 31, Monica Seaman, also in. So they got a couple tall young ladies, a little underclassmen, 5'11", 5'9", so a little bit of length to them as they develop. We next up for Holy Cross as tipped away over there from Milan. Inside shot, rebound, a lot of girls over there. We're going to get a jump ball, so good battle underneath. Martz battling, but Holy Cross will have it. A couple substitutions now coming for the Lady Vikes as Jack Mikhailo gets some minutes in.
2 years ago, you have Mike Bray, first time at the gala. His team now probably a top 5 team, beat Duke last night. How cool is that? I know you have a special bond with the coaches that come. Steve Lavin last year, but pretty cool to see that one of the guys that was here is playing good basketball in NCAAs.
Absolutely, it's terrific. You know, they support us, so we have to support them. And it was a great win over Duke last night. And you know, Coach Bray is a terrific guy, a lot of fun, and he loved Scranton too. Scranton treated him well, so it was a great. We're all happy for him. Coach Lavin, his team is doing well this year. They gave Duke everything they can handle last week.
Inside shot from Holy Cross as they get a couple of more points, and that is Pizzuti.
And we'll have Notre Dame Saturday against Pittsburgh here on MyTV at noon.
Powell for 3, off the mark, and just about 10 seconds to go here in this affair. 81 to 46 now is the official score as that last two counted. And Barry Fitzgerald thanking Bill Gibbons tonight, the job he does. And of course, Coach Fitzgerald, 8 seasons at Holy Cross since Holy Cross became Holy Cross.
Yep.
You do a nice job up there, Principal Talarico and the entire Holy Cross community. So it is a final score, 81 to 46 here at Riverside High School with Bob Ide and Andrew Kettle. We'll come back. Aaron Dugan will have our players of the game. We'll take a timeout, and we will return here at Riverside High School on MyTV, WQMY.
You're watching a Fox 56 Sports presentation of the Rivalry of the Week on MyTV, WQMY. Brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
Back at Riverside High School, final score, Holy Cross 81 to 46. Aaron Dugan has our coach and players of the game. Aaron?
All right, I've got the head coach and 2 of our players of the game. Coach, we'll start with you. A lot of experience on the court, a couple seniors right here, some leadership for you, and it really shows. You must really enjoy that.
It does. They've been playing together for a number of years now. The key is our game needs to be up-tempo. When we're pushing the ball down the floor, we're confident against anybody we play. I mean, that's our style of play. If the game's in the 40s and the 50s, we find ourselves in a game. But if we defend and rebound, this is what you get. They're fun to watch when they play that type of ball.
You talk about that up-tempo style that you really like, and that shows on defense especially. Do you focus on that during the week?
We do. Again, we're looking to run and double and trap all the time. And again, obviously, our defense creates all that offense for us. When we're in the half-court set, that's when we struggle. But when we're spreading the floor, pushing the ball up the floor, we're good.
All right, we'll move on to giggles over here. Thanks.
Thank you.
Olivia, great job tonight. First of all, just talk about the makeup of the team this year. What do you like about this team?
We work together all the time. I mean, it's all about teamwork. It's never like a one-person thing. There's only 5 people. I mean, like we all usually have like an even score of points usually. So, I mean, we've been working really hard in practice, and like it's all about teamwork.
So it's your senior year. Finally, you and Gabby here. What's it been like over the years playing for Holy Cross, and what are you going to remember from this year?
It's been awesome. I love playing for Holy Cross. I wouldn't want to play for anyone else, actually. It's been really memorable. I mean, I met like my teammates were all so close, and we were just really close. I'm really bad at this.
It's okay. How far can this team go this year?
I think we have a chance at states. I mean, we're gonna focus on district first, and then we're gonna work on states. I mean, it's gonna see how far we get, and we're just gonna work hard, see how it goes.
Okay, well, best of luck. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Move on to Gabby. 26 points tonight. You had a hot hand out there.
Yeah, I mean, I had the easy job. My teammates got me the ball. I just had to make the shot.
Talk to me about the makeup of this team, senior leadership. You've got some young kids as well. What do you like about this team?
I like it because everyone comes to practice every day and works hard, and everyone takes the constructive criticism, whether it be me giving it to a freshman or a freshman giving it to me or Olivia or Lindsay, even next
Wide open underneath is
Talking about
Shelby
this Coaches
Sloboda.
versus Cancer effort tonight, I saw everyone had purple shirts on. Now every team does something different. Talk about what Holy Cross did for Coaches versus Cancer tonight.
Our purple shirts are for actually a girl on our team, Courtney McDonald. Her mom just passed away in the fall of cancer, so we did this year in memory of her.
Great job, and great job tonight, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to you guys.
Well, a couple of veteran players there at Holy Cross. Barry Fitzgerald couldn't be more proud in the effort of those young ladies and what they have to offer. And boy, you hate to see teams lose, and somebody's going to lose, but we'll have some teams that move on, do some great stuff this season. Holy Cross may be one of them in AA. Coaches versus Cancer of Northeastern Pennsylvania, the Hoopla. Saturday, the 31st, 7 o'clock. Andrew Kettle, Hilton Scranton Conference Center. It's going to be a great affair.
Yeah, it's fun. And what the Hoopla is all about is everyone coming together to celebrate this week and what we've been able to accomplish inside of the communities. Not just raising the money, but just everyone coming together and raising hope, as Dr. Bannon said earlier tonight, to hopefully help all of the people out there battling this disease, and come together and let them know that we're here for them and we're doing what we can to beat this.
Hey, and don't forget in May, too, we'll be out at the gala again at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. I know you don't know who we're bringing in yet, but talk about that.
Yeah, May 9th. It's going to be a Saturday night in May down at the Mohegan Sun. It's our Coaches versus Cancer basketball gala. And, everyone gets dressed up, and the theme is still sneakers with your tuxedos or suits. And it's a really great night to come together again to raise more money, and we hope to have a big-name coach come in again this year. Last year we were lucky enough to have Steve Lavin from St. John's and Phil Martelli from St. Joe's and a number of other Division I coaches as our guests. So we're looking forward to that event in May.
You guys do a great job with all that stuff, and we appreciate your effort here tonight, Andrew Kettle, what you've done with Coaches versus Cancer. Tomorrow night, boys high school basketball, Crestwood and Hazleton, 7:30 start. Bob Ide, Aaron Dugan, myself will be there, and we appreciate everybody's effort with Coaches versus Cancer with the donations. Join us again tomorrow night. Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Fox 56 and the My Network, for all your support.
And thank you to Riverside Holy Cross for bringing us a game here on Thursday night. And, it's all about Coaches versus Cancer this week.
Well, we'll see you again tomorrow night. Boys basketball action, Crestwood, Hazleton here on My TV, WQMY.
watching a Fox 56 Sports presentation of the Rivalry of the Week on MyTV, WQMY. Brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.